Hello everyone, I'm very pleased to be here today to talk about a topic that is really close to my heart, ORDA. Object Relational Data Access. That was a major announcement during the last summit. It was the biggest feature set we ever had in more than 30 years. One summit separates us from the announcement, and we couldn't be more thrilled to see our developers adopting it and providing us with their feedback. Christian from Germany, Kirk from the US, Tiran from Canada, Patrick from France, and others that one slide is not enough to mention them all. The major words that are repeated to describe ORDA are modern, clean, fast, powerful, but our favorite explanation is this one from Christian.
Order is everything with dot.
Actually, when we first released ORDA and we asked our developers what ORDA means to them, the majority answered is everything with a dot. But dot notation is not new to 4D. We introduced it years ago. First, they appeared in the database with the query by attribute in the 4D v15. Then in the language with object notation with the 4D v16 R4. Then in the user interface with form in the 4D v16 R5. And with this in 4D v17. Everything you see in this slide has nothing to do with ORDA. What you see here is a new syntax for an object-oriented approach that is more intuitive, powerful, and widely used in all major contemporary coding languages. But that's not ORDA. ORDA uses the same syntax, yes, but it's so much more. All handled items are objects. The data class, the data store, the data store attribute, the entity selection. Those objects have exposed methods which provides possibilities for generic coding. Design your data model thinking business and not technical implementation. Think about relations between tables as a real-life concept. A school has students. A person has many addresses, a home address, an office address. With this business view in mind, you can write code that is easier to understand. You can easily navigate through your whole data model using object-oriented concepts. You are no longer restricted to one current selection at the time. Think about working with several entity selections at the same time without worrying about the quantity of loaded data thanks to the automatic ORDA request optimization. Form widgets and ORDA code are easily usable with several data sources having the same data model. Enough talking about ORDA, and let's see its power through this example. Could you believe that this highly recursive database using one table named people could host complex data and allow you to design very complex interfaces like a family tree where for each couple for each person you display their grandparents, parents, children, siblings, aunts and uncles and cousins? The short answer, as you can see, is yes. The best part, in order to achieve these fascinating results, very few lines of code are needed. 6 methods for the 6 list boxes are called on the form event on selection change. And if you go deeper, you will notice that each method contains one line of code. One line of code, as you will see, to have this very complex interface. These videos are based on a tetralogy of blog posts were written by our product owner Roland Lanuzel, where you will see the power of 4D and ORDA. Some of the results are nearly impossible to get using 4D in a regular and simple way. Huge numbers of lines of code, arrays, memory, and calculations will have been required to reach the same results. Check out the blog post, download the how-do eyes, and discover yourself what ORDA allows you to achieve. Well, with the 4DV18, we have even more reasons for you to love ORDA. First of all, we have more methods for generic coding, then performance optimization, and remote data stores. Let's see the 3 features in detail. Writing generic code allows you to centralize your code to facilitate updating it. It enables you to write reusable code and freeing you from having to reinvent the wheel again and again. It also allows you to add extra functionalities of what you have already done. For instance, the method getData class allows you to create a new entity whose data class is unknown. The data class is determined at the runtime. Let's say you have two data classes, students and teachers. You want to add new entity to one of these data classes. Easy. Here is a generic coding allowing you to create new entity from the one provided and copy the properties. What about more sophisticated search criteria? Imagine the advanced search interfaces users can build thanks to the query method that is updated to support a single formula object as parameter. For instance, in the student data class, we search for students with a score in English higher than their overall average and whose country is England. Even better, what about providing your users a query interface where they can choose the search criteria and the values to apply? For instance, an interface that allows a salesperson to browse a list of their clients and returns filtered content according to the salesperson ID. Why not take a step further? Combine those abilities and methods together to see how far you can go. Give it a try and share with us your ideas. We could publish it on the 4D blog as a guest post. Next feature is related to performance. Using ORDA to access large tables in client-server mode has been greatly enhanced. To illustrate this improvement, here is a database with two tables. A book table that has 1,000 records. Its summary field contains anywhere from 100 to 2,000 characters, and its thumbnail field contains 10 kilobyte images. In the related author table, the biography field contains 10,000 characters in each record. As you can see from this video, using ORDA means only a few frames are transferred. And the duration, the slower the network, the bigger the difference is between ORDA and the classic approach. Actually, a breakout session is available to explain what's really going on behind the scenes. The last ORDA feature is remote data stores. Laurent Ribardière gave you a sneak peek during the last summit, and now it's production ready with the 4D V18. Now you can get data from another remote 4D database that is exposed on a 4D server. A lot of possibilities are open with this feature, from offline support to splitting data model across different databases to distribute data. Imagine a scenario where you could organize your applications to work offline and synchronize local data only when the remote data is reachable. Let's say you are a remote employee traveling around the world. You are on a plane with no internet, working on a local database. Once you have landed and connected, it's possible to push your work into the remote data store, and updates made by other connected users can be retrieved locally. Another scenario could be the following. You are a multinational company with 7 offices around the world. Why not consider publishing your data on several servers, one server per country, and switch from one another as necessary? Or let's say you are a big insurance provider that covers 50 countries and offers full health insurance plans for individuals, families, and employers. With that load of data and growth possibilities, this feature allows you to split your data model across different databases. That was only the tip of the iceberg. Imagine all the powerful work you can achieve thanks to remote data stores, all the advanced interfaces you can build thanks to the various methods we are providing you, and all the enhanced performance your business applications can take advantage of. ORDA is the here and now, and nothing can beat the words of Kirk Brooks.
Hey, 4D nerds, you hear that? That is literally 1999 calling. It wants its databases back. Apparently, we're creating some sort of technological time vortex by continuing to write databases exactly like we did 20 years ago. Look, the fact 4D has been around for over 30 years doesn't mean you should still be using the UI you picked up from a Tamagotchi or worrying about Y2K. ORDA has completely changed the way to build applications in 4D. It's more than just a new set of commands. It's a different way of thinking about the goals that you're trying to accomplish. ORDA supports more robust structures and requires less code to do so. It smooths the learning curve for new developers coming on board. Working in project mode is handy as an individual developer, and even more so on a team where we can finally have real version control and get integration. Plus, the product release cycle 4D implemented has resulted in the most stable progression of versions that I can recall. And on top of all that, 4D programming has just gotten to be fun again. So seriously, 1999 is in trouble. Stop this dangerous database drain before it's too late. Put that old code back where it belongs. ORDA is the here and now.
Thank you, Kirk, and thank you everyone for watching.